Cedric Muhammad, author of the book series, The Entrepreneurial Secret, to starting a business without a bank loan, collateral, or revenue. In order to understand me, you have to understand my two beautiful parents. First, my mother, born in Panama, raised in Jamaica, family worked on the Panama Canal. And my father, born in Harlem, raised in Brooklyn, 28 years in the United States Armed Forces. They instilled in me etiquette, respect for culture, discipline, and always following the golden rule. Do unto others as you should have them do unto you, not as you would let them do unto you. Because my father was in the United States Army, I'm what they call an Army brat. So I was born in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. Then I went to Daegu, Korea, then Fort Monroe, Virginia. And then by the time I was 8, we had moved to Germany. So I had lived on 3 continents by the time I was 8 years old. When I was 12 years old, I moved from Germany to New Jersey. And this is where my love for my community really developed when I was in Willingboro, New Jersey, which is a very unique black suburb. And then on to Rutgers, which is a majority college with a small black population. So the experiences that you have with your own people are concentrated. So you have to stick together as a tight block. So these are things that you carry over into economics that I still hold on to. When I was 17, 2 significant things happened. My older brother was involved in an organization that put on a hip-hop concert to raise money. They had Stetsasonic as the headliner. They had Phase 2 and Raise. In any event, my brother worked it out so that I could work the spotlight for that event. But that showed me the importance of the business side of hip-hop, the business side of art. But my fascination with the artistry side of hip-hop ended. And so at 17, I began to think and look into who the big concert promoters were, how much artists were getting paid, what they made on their royalties. It opened up a whole world for me. And I wanted to, at that time, focus on business. The other big event that happened when I was 17 years of age was I was named by McDonald's Corporation as one of 100 black history makers of tomorrow. I was exposed to entrepreneurs, political leaders in South Jersey because I was named coming out of Willingboro High School. And I was assigned a mentor. That was big for me because my mentor through the McDonald's program is the mentor that I have now, a gentleman named Frank. The man who's influenced me the most in terms of business knowledge, in terms of the principles, I met him at 17. We're still friends, we're still tight. He still enlightens me. Hip-hop is the metaphor by which I learned business. I don't apologize for it. It's the way that I learned how to conduct negotiations. It's the way that I learned the way the industry can always influence culture. I interned or worked at Uptown Records and Flavor Unit Records, and then shortly thereafter, Bad Boy Records. Uptown and Flavor Unit were important because I was able to see young people in a business environment pursuing, I would say, power moves at a very young age. So Uptown Records, Andre Harrell founded that. Flavor Unit was founded by Queen Latifah and Shakim. So I learned little things from watching them, watching their young staffs that have stayed with me. I actually met Wu-Tang when I was in college as a promoter. So in 1993, I booked the Clan as a promoter. So I saw it from the other side. I saw the behavior, hard to manage, everything that I would have to deal with years later, I saw as a young college promoter when we brought Wu-Tang down to New Jersey for a show. Now in 1995, I moved to New York. I started a business management company. I was doing consulting at Bad Boy and a few other labels, Creators Way in Chicago as well. So they invited me out to Shaolin, Staten Island. I actually wanted to become Wu-Tang's business manager / accountant, but I didn't have the CPA. But he said, we like how you roll so much that I want to bring you in as part of management. So RZA and Divine agreed that they would pair Mook and myself as the new Wu-Tang management. He was president and I was general manager. And that's how it happened. This was January 1996. So I learned life lessons. I love all of them dearly, not just the 9 original Clan members, but also Mook, RZA, Divine, and a gentleman named Power. These were the 4 executives along with Ghostface Killer that really ran the business and management of Wu-Tang Clan. So I learned life lessons, business lessons, and brotherhood from the entire clan and those 4 individuals that I just named. What transitioned me out of Wu-Tang management was the decline of the popularity of the group at the end of the Wu-Tang Forever album, which was the second album. So I was faced with the option of individually working out management agreements with the 9 members, or I could do things that were in my heart to do, which was to pursue a career in politics and economics. That was always in my heart, to do some things for the betterment and the empowerment of my community through politics and economics. The difficult thing about leaving Wu-Tang management and transitioning to a whole nother field is when I was able to get on the telephone and tell somebody I represent the Wu, people returned my phone calls, people were enamored, people wanted to associate with me just off of that title and association alone. People that were in my personal life that I thought actually cared for me, they were infatuated with my association and the title of Wu-Tang Clan's manager. So I had to totally rebuild myself, self-esteem, my confidence, my professional repertoire. So I had the power of association. People wanted to deal with me because I was associated with Wu-Tang Clan. When that was no longer so, and I called just in the name of Cedric Muhammad, the phone calls weren't returned or they weren't received. They were slow in coming back. And that's the big lesson that I learned. And I tell people, when you're trying to start a business from nothing, you can apply these lessons that I learned. I had to start all over again in a whole nother field, when all people wanted to talk about was my previous endeavor, and I was able to build credibility and respect and achieve goals in the world of politics and economics that my experience with Wu-Tang is the foundation of, but the greatest heights and achievements in my life have actually come after I left the group.